So hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Combos. And today I'm going to ask myself a question as I'm coming into 5 years of running my small business that some people have also pointed out to me throughout my time running my business. And even every week I even consider some of this question to myself and have a look at certain possibilities. And the question I want to answer is, if have I took the right route with where I've gone with trying to manage everything for myself and trying to grow everything via my business independently and not trying to become an influencer or use an influencer type to grow my business, just my service as it is and the products themselves. So I want to kind of ask myself that question: am I wrong for trying to do everything alone? And as I started in my first original videos, I've written positives and negatives, so I can kind of look at each positive and each negative to this point of view. So my positives, I'll start with positives. First of all, I will say trying to do everything myself, which is website building, buying products, resourcing products, packaging products, sorting out shipping, whether it's delayed, hasn't arrived yet, or customers haven't got the email or can't find the email with the tracking, whether it be buying the packaging, receiving the packaging, whether it be there's a lot of things I do, even to building of the website, the adding of the products, the taking of the photos, every little single thing I look for the comps online before I list a product of what things are listed at the moment in amount as well, so the availability, and consider that with what has been sold, whether it's selling fast and that's why it's low in stock, or none have sold and that's why it's low in stock on certain other platforms. So when I actually look at me doing all those things myself, I look at it as a positive thing, because yes, I could say I could have built a website, possibly had a website built a lot faster. I had that option in my first year. I had the website built for me a bit faster, but I had a lot more downtime with my website built there because of the way it was built, and also because it was built for me to understand the back admin and WordPress dashboard, and it wasn't built by me. I didn't understand what each plugin done or what settings have been implicated or taken away from a blank WordPress dashboard and a blank WooCommerce setup. So when there was issues, I was unable to resolve the issues myself, which is another thing, because it costs to then resolve an issue for your website. And if you have to pay these people to actually build your website and then pay them when there is an issue, this is now accumulating a lot of costs. And sometimes the issue is a simple thing of in updating a plugin. It could be a simple thing of turning one toggle off on the back dashboard. It could be a simple thing of uninstalling all your plugins and reinstalling them one by one so you get them all added in at the right time. It could be a very simple issue. So for me, I didn't see at that point I had the funds to pay them to resolve an issue. And because I didn't understand how it was built, I realized it was better to build my website myself. And the website www.sjcartierlimited.com now has been running for 4 years, and downtime in those 4 years has been no longer than 7 days. I've not had 7 days, even close to 7 days, where my website is not online and my shop is not available to be shopped by. Whereas in the first year, with someone building my website, which I paid them extra money for, I realized I had a lot of weeks where my website was down, or 2 to 3 days where my website was down on regular successions, which meant shoppers weren't able to shop via my website. And because I had my website actually connected to my eBay at that initial time, it also was messing up my sync with my eBay shop because my website was going down, which would mess up my sync directly to eBay. So for me, I realized a very big positive for me doing a lot of these things myself is I've saved a lot of money, and I've also been able to learn a lot of things than have to pay someone who doesn't then want to also teach me these skills myself. So that was definitely a positive for me. Another positive for me doing everything is I am completely in control. So with regards shipping, for example, the fact that I actually ship the products myself, and if I am not available to ship the products in a certain period of time, I will put a notice up which will make the customers aware of this. But when I also consider those times maybe still faster times than some other businesses who may take 2 to 3 days to actually package and dispatch, or certain warehouses. If I had a warehouse, for example, and all my stock was in a warehouse and I had shippers there and my customer was flowing in the hundreds and thousands daily, then things may be put on the backlog depending on your staff. And that's when we're thinking when we're in a warehouse. So if we think of someone else, relying on someone else to ship these items, their day plan may not be suited to the business plan because they also have a life. And if you are only paying them to ship, then you now have an issue. It's another reason why I don't pay that extra cost for raw mail to pick up the packages. I package them and dispatch them myself because I know, at least I know I've dispatched it myself. And that is just full control. And that's the same with adding products, because the fact that I go alone, where I want to go with the products, it all depends on where I want to go for my customers and even for my outlook of the shop I am planning to build. Whereas if I add some kind of, because the reason I'm actually doing this video, because there's a lot of influencers, there's a lot of people that are paid to do jobs for businesses, and there's a lot of businesses that use other businesses to do their job. So when I actually looked at it for myself as a business, I haven't actually had no business connections in any of my fields other than as customers or me buying from them. So with regards me doing it alone, I realise I can see where certain people do get certain better discounts on products, get certain things within a community given to them. They have certain things and easier methods to receive a lot of the stock I am getting, which is a negative which I will talk about later. But the fact of the matter is, if they actually are given something by a brand or they are given something by someone, they are now have to sell this product, or they have to pay for the product they have been given. So now whether or not you want to now change your angle in what you are purchasing, you now are not in control of your own business because you have to do certain things because other people are expecting you to do it. And that's the same with, I'd say, it's nice that I do go on Whatnot every now and again. And I understand it would have been nice in the start when I joined Whatnot to get a connection to some of the main Whatnot people, because I do believe I could have helped myself grow a lot more, and I also could have built the platform up as well in more of a positive nature than a lot of the negativity you will get from Whatnot. And that's something, because there's a lot of people involved, brought in. And let's say, for instance, football cards, yeah, and I do go to football cards a lot because it's made me also understand a lot more in a lot of my other fields in community wise and how things go, and understanding that there's a lot of influencers who will influence customers to believe a certain way than believe what they feel. And when they do that, they kind of build a market around hype instead of a market around what people actually like to collect and buy. And that's what I think I bring with my website. Yes, I understand I would like an Incredible Hulk one on there. I would love a Black Panther 52 or a Fantastic Four 52 on there. I'd love a lot of these key books on there. I'd love a few one-of-ones. I'd love a lot more Roald Dahl, more rarer finds. I love a bit more Franklin Mint on there. I love to get more jewellery on there that is more higher end than the jewellery I currently do have, which is ranging from £10 to £200. So with regards understanding, when I'm doing it alone, I'm able to take it wherever I want to, and the products that just arrive is not just always just what I have to take, because I have control of what I am doing, and I don't have to be given something from someone to feel I have to oversell this product and oversell my business for a product that I don't believe in or I don't like. And as I say, that's what I'm trying to build with my website, whereby yes, I have a lot of I want a lot of products that people are obviously looking for every day, but I also want to have a shop whereby it's not the everyday collectibles that you may find on there, which is something that is able to be bought by anybody anywhere, because our minds aren't always just following what's on the hype. Our eyes can be led by our heart as well. So that's where I think having full control of what I buy, sell, and how I go about my business duties is very helpful for me in my continuous growth in the long run of what I'm trying to build. And I don't feel I have to be connected to a brand of per se to make me feel stronger as a business, but then have to promote a brand that I'm not consistently happy with. Yeah.
So, do you think, like, although you don't use influencers,
Yeah.
you yourself, actually, if you've got some things that you really like, by you yourself maybe showing them, talking about them,
Yes.
do you think that would bring
Influence.
more, just more awareness to people of what you, because there might be some people who go on your site and maybe just look through quick for something specific,
Yes.
and they don't really realise that there's these other things because they're just shooting through. Is it something that might be good if you're actually every now and again just showing, oh, I've got this? And
no, definitely. And I say this is why I have done the YouTube, because I realised with my social networks, I will recognise, for myself personally, in the first few years of with handling social media and being on social media, I didn't understand the control of influencers, because as I say, yes, I was on social media, but I never studied social media before. I was just on social media to be social. It was to be social with people I meet and know. It's not to be social with strangers in that per se, even if I added strangers and talked to strangers. Do you get that? It was more focused around who I met and what connections I could grow around that than on there for a business and understanding I want to get likes or I want to get views or I want to get comments. I didn't understand none of that. I was just posting pictures, which where I say, because of my less knowledge at that point, which is where some people say I could be your social media manager and all of this. That's where the costs come in again. Do you get it? So I've had to take time to understand it. So I can say right now, I do understand social media and how to become an influencer. But I'm not trying to be an influencer to influence people for my business. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I get what you're saying, get the products out to them more. But a lot of people do see my products. It could be a lot, it could be thousands more that could see my products and be more alert of what I actually sell and would buy more. But then that's me taking long with understanding social media and only kind of getting to understand it now, and people are ahead of it. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So yes, I do share products now, but I only try to share my new products, because when I'm sharing my new products, as I say, because I'm buying specifically how I want to buy and what I'm looking for, I know what I'm kind of looking for. I kind of buy with my heart to grow that, and when I do promote my new products, that then connects to all the older products, because related products do show up. And as you see now, a lot of my recent products have been selling because I believe they're on the social media and people can scroll up, and that's all. That's a recent product that's been added. But then, as you see, there's products that sell from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that randomly just sell. Do you get that? So, in the sense of understand, I could do a lot better. I say this to you all the time. I could do a lot better. I could be just doing Instagram lives and showing my products. I could be talking about all my favorite products all the time, and I could be doing exactly what everybody else is doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then that leads yourself to become an influencer, where then you take more time doing your social media stuff than you do actually growing the business in where you want to get it to. Because just getting sales doesn't mean your business is growing, basically, because that just means money's coming in.
So do you not think you could do both? Like mix the two?
As an influencer, I think I'm trying not to be an influencer, as I say. It's more promote to the right people. And as I say, because I've grown it a lot from indoors and I've only seen people, and people don't know how to approach me. I've realised in public they'd rather stare or watch or then hello and have a normal conversation, or say hello, you're SJ Cartier, aren't you, or you're Sam. So because people don't know how to approach me and I don't know who you are and how I know you, I think that is what's held me more back than what I've been doing with the social media. Because yes, I could have got out to a lot more people, but I do believe I actually have done very well, because a lot of people do know or have heard of SJ Cartier. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So although I can say, you know what, a lot of returns hasn't come in the sense of how I exactly want it in the media, because I wasn't doing all the things. I was just posting pictures and tagging 1,000,001 hashtags.
Yeah.
Too many hashtags hurt your SEO. Little knowledge for you if you're listening this far. You get that? So it's not about too many hashtags. It's not about just posting your products free willy. It's about knowing when to post your products. It's knowing what tag is being looked at the moment. It's knowing what locations or what event could attract people to that product now. And that's where social media comes in, because you have to follow the trends and become a trend by following the trends. Do you get it? It's the same with the YouTube. I could grow my business a lot quicker just chatting about people that are trending right now. But I'm not trying to get into the chattings. It's about growing it authentically. And because, as I say, I'm not led by everybody, I can and come and conversate about what my business, why I've run it on my own, and why I can understand why people do, because there is negatives to what I'm doing that I'm going to go on to, as to what could have grown from these things, as well as I'm looking at my positives right now, just the positives. Do you get it? So yes, I could have done a lot more, but I say my knowledge in the first couple of years wasn't completely there to understand social media, even though I've been on social media for how long. It wasn't I was a face-to-face person. Like, I'm more personal face-to-face than online. Do you get that? So I never understood it. I was just tagging and it messed up the SEOs, which is why I started my other Instagrams to start a new SEO. And I can see I've fell into a couple traits still, but I do have a lot of people on there on each one that would see me. So I have done enough in that sense. I have got people that do check and look,
Yeah.
and it's working. It's took longer, but it's working.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It takes longer, but it's working. And yes, I could do a lot more with the posting, and as I say, I should be doing reels regularly. I don't do reels regularly. Reels bring people to your Instagram networks and your Facebook, and it allows them to then view your shop. I understand that, as I say, I understand the social media now. It's about doing it at the right times to do it. And at the moment, I've decided to take it as I only share products on when it's new, when it's just been added, because you know what I've got already. You should know what SJ Cartier has got. I feel like I've built a brand that you know I've got these products, whether you want to buy it now, in a year, tomorrow, you know what I've got.
Yeah.
Whether you see it out there, you may Google Lens it out there. Oh, SJ Cartier. Oh, he's got that as well, has he? Oh, he's got that. I might go SJ.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I've built it to a point where I say, I could have done a lot more, but I'm not an influencer. I'm not trying to be an influencer. Do you get that? And I'm not trying to confuse being an influencer with running my business.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Because I don't even see you as an influencer. Even if you are doing all of that, I still wouldn't put you in that category. I just see an influencer as someone who's trying to encourage people to get what they're, but in a certain way. You're very genuine in how you talk about your things. With an influencer, I think sometimes they can be a bit dishonest about what they're talking about.
But then this is the thing,
like
though. Give me an example. What should I talk about? For example, then give me a product you could think of now that I should talk about.
Like if you was talking about.
To give me
some of your favourite one, but you haven't put that up, have you?
Well, definitely not. You know that's not going up anyway.
No. Like some of your action figures, maybe.
Okay.
You've got so many.
But then, okay, I'll show you then. I've done enough because you see, okay, the Marvel Robo Sapien, the Spider-Man one. That robot one, yeah. I've done the little video. I can say, you know what? This is where I say my levels of what I output could be a lot better. I understand that. Do you get that? Because the reel I've done for that of it working and doing whatever with its hands and stuff was good. It roped in a lot of people. I think because when I promoted it, it roped in a lot of people. It also roped in the resellers who think they could have found that model or the smaller model, but promote it like it's the same because there's different models. Do you get that? So because I put mine at the price that I put it at, that is the right price. Around that numbers, it could go for a lot more because I did see some 350s, 300 and they were sold. Do you get that? And they weren't brand new. They weren't shown as working. You get it, it's the same thing. But then I'm seeing a lot of people said trying to sell them for 100, 150. I got mine at 250. You get that? When I done that reel, that roped in a lot of people to check on that product, and it still does now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? People haven't brought it because there have been other options out there, but then it's also understanding if I had talked about this model and which model this is compared to the other models and showed them the size, it may have sold it already. Yeah. But then also, as I said to you from the beginning, which is something I'm not really trying to pull out there, but I'll pull out there, is I haven't been encouraged to immediately try and sell, influence to sell like that. I've been trying to understand each field that I'm looking to participate in and understand the people in those fields and how they control a lot of things and where I fit in. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Because I'm not trying to be like everybody else who's already in that field, although I would like to be at the top with these people in these fields. So at some point I would like to meet a lot of these auctioneers face to face. I'd like to meet a lot of these historians face to face because this helps me with my antiques and my vintage
Yeah.
and my knowledge of products and where they come from, and even when I'm out on the hunt. And it also builds a connection where there's certain antiques and vintage I know if the right people see them, they'll buy them.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's understanding I don't actually talk about them, I just put details in.
Yeah.
And as I say, with my description in my products, I'm just trying to do a quick description. I'm not trying to go overly in.
Yeah.
But because I'm trying to build, I didn't want everything to just sell, because when everything just sells and you have to look for these things again, and now people are aware of you, the marketplace won't be the marketplace it is now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say? So I could have sold 50% of them, but then the next 50% I got in may not be on that level or even went to the right person.
Yeah.
Because that's another key point I try to add with my website. Yes, as I say from the very beginning, I'm happy to sell to people that believe they could sell my item on for more. If they want to buy more bundles and send offers or make deals, I'm willing to sell a lot. I could sell a whole category of products immediately if the right offer came in.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to do that with resellers or other businesses. But my main goal is to sell to the consumer who is a collector, regardless of who they are and where they're from.
Yeah.
Do you get that? So it's
Yeah.
getting that service and those products to the collector more than I'm trying to look for the person that just wants to resell it on.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Because I'm trying to resell while I collect as well. It's a collect while you resell and resell while you collect.
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
rushing to sell out your collections is not the aim, because now you have to buy new collections.
Yeah.
It's like the football cards. Very good to buy all the cards and just buy one set of all Liverpool. But at some point, I'd want to sell all my Liverpool then. And then what? I'd only want to keep a certain bundle. And then I have to look for more.
Yeah.
Do you get that? So it's better to have a bit more fun, having more chases here, there, and there, because it's more fun for me to find different players, because I like different players.
Yeah.
And it's more fun for other customers, because not everybody's going to be thinking about that player. And even though some of these people may not think about the player and may give it away for you for free, I can't, because I never got it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
I do have a care for everything that I do have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So yeah, I could do a lot more with my videos and my conversations about what my products are. But then it's also about meeting the right people and understanding who the right people are before you even conversating to nobody.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Because you could just be influencing someone to do exactly the same as you, and they give you no recognition, which I said to you, I see that many ways.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Like people will see this, I promote it, and now I always check how many products of these are online before I list them. Do you get that? So when I do that, and then I look a month, a week later, and I see more, I understand that, okay, I get you, but I don't care, because you're fighting over it. I'm just doing mine.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I like to keep everything myself, because I know what products I'm doing. And yes, the influencing I can do in my own rate and my own pace, and I could do a lot better. I definitely could. Yeah. Positive as well. And I'm going to put these two together: privacy for customers and me, and consistency for me and the customers. Yeah. And what I mean by that, privacy of me doing it all alone, means anybody that purchases from me, your details are not on this and this and this and this and this file. So I'll give you an example. You go to eBay, you make a purchase, you are guaranteed to know that your details are now with eBay, with the shipping people, with the seller, and even to other buyers. They can see who you are and what you brought. So you ain't able to hide a lot of you're not allowed a lot of privacy in that sense. Whereas when you come to me and I'm only looking at my website, I'm the only one looking, The only person that's going to look at your name, your details, is the shipping people. Nobody else is going into my back end to look at my customers. Nobody else is storing the customers and those details other than me. So it's harder for people to, when you get spam calls, and we all get them, we wonder where they come from. It's because there's leaks in our details and people getting access to our details via services we are using. So because we are using these services, now more people, and these services are offloading your details here and there, and there's different work colleagues, there's 100 work colleagues, 1,000 work colleagues, everybody's getting to see your details. Only I see your details. So your privacy is completely safe because it's only me that is viewing these things. Only me knows who's, I might say this is sold, but I'm not saying who it's sold to. I'm not making it known to the whole world that you have brought from me. I'm not, you know what I'm trying to say? So doing everything myself also allows me to keep my customers safe and private. And also it allows me to keep the consistency, as I say, with the shipping. It allows me, when I want to add products, I can just add products when I want. I can take products off when I want. I can make deals when I want. I don't have to relay to this person or relay to that person. I brought each item. I understand what I could sell them all for, or what I'd like to sell them all for. And that's it. There's not it. So in some terms, it's actually easier to work with someone that is on their own platform than someone on another platform, because if you have a look when you're on someone else's platform, for example, Whatnot or eBay, people will always talk about fees as a seller. And as a seller, you shouldn't have to tell your buyer about fees because they have fees as well. And your fees for selling is your fees for selling that is relevant to the buyer. Yeah? So when you do it yourself, you're able to make more deals because it's all down to you, and the fees are the fees, and you don't actually care about the fees because you're seeing it as your own and not seeing it as I work within something and I have to pay them and I can't do this and I can't do that. So something a lot of people I see, especially on Whatnot, have tried to make out that I'm not someone that you can get deals from, but in fact I'm the one person you can get a deal from if you really want the item. Do you get that? I'm not a person you can tell me you want a deal for so you can go sell it for triple the price I'm already selling it for. Do you get that? But I am the person to know if you want to sell it for a little bit more, even the price I can give you a little discount. You can get a deal. Buy a few more, tell me what you really like, and I will even add those things in for free. You just got to let me know what you actually like. You get it? Those are the positives, though, for why I think it's actually been good running my business myself and not trying to become an influencer, but focusing on what I'm looking to build in and the areas I want to build in. So when I have the opportunity to put these things into complete place, which in the next 6 months you'll start to see a lot more, and I will talk a lot more about it, but you will see how everything will come together. Now, the negatives in me actually working alone and not trying to join with other influencers per se, or get an influencer, or pay people to do my website building and all these million and other things, that when you run a business, people always tag you in there. Do you want business cards? Do you want logos? All these million and one things, which is to put money in their pocket, but not to actually bring you custom to you. And a negative straight away is the obvious one. You have a slower growth. So yeah, my growth has not been as fast as I would like it to be, although it has been fast considering I have done it alone. But if I was working with, even if I look at it and say, if I really thought about and looked back at the people I actually have connections to that already have certain type of businesses that could help me grow and also help them bring money in and grow, I could have grown this a lot quicker. If I went around even looking at what all my people actually like within all these fields and focus on those people in my communities that I come from, I could have grown a lot quicker. Yes, I would have grown a lot quicker. As I say, I've gone to decide to go my own route and let my products talk to the people, whether they like them or they getting to like them now. And that has been a negative, as I say, because I could have grown a lot quicker if I focused more about who I know, and what I can get around me. I could have grown a lot quicker if I decided, you know what, when I first went on Whatnot, for instance, if I decided, you know what, I want to break boxes, you want to send me boxes, and I'll start breaking boxes and opening boxes. I could have grown quicker with the football cards, and people may have been more, what's the word? Because I have had a lot of sales with my football cards, which is why I still do sell them. But I know there's a lot of people that do avoid me. Do you get that? And I feel if I was breaking cards and ripping cards for other people, working for someone, then maybe these people would have supported me with other cards. They may have brought some of these cards for the price they want to, instead of trying to list one for 50% and then trying to make an offer below that 50% to me. It makes no sense. But as I say, I could have grown a lot quicker if I was trying to work with people. If even I wasn't so paranoid, in the sense of when people are always talking to me, they have no respect for what I have built. Because that's what I do get the energy of sometimes. I feel some people don't actually recognise what I've built or recognise why they actually hate what I have built. So if I was conversating with them, I may be able to find out some of these people are actually giving me the thumbs up and respecting me for what I have built, understanding my circumstances as well. So maybe me being a bit more open with other people in the fields, in the sense of not just being open on my social media and just putting a post where I explain who I am and where I come from, because I've done that a lot of the times. I've pointed out my lifestyle with where I've come from, to meet my woman, to the kids, to Islam, to illegal, to legal completely. I've explained a lot. So I've given them enough about me, but I haven't given it them in the personal way where they get to give me a response. And as I say, because I respect social media because I've built my business via it as well. But I'm not that social media guy that I feel I get chinwaggy with everybody online. So I'll be polite and very respectful. But in me, I'm more polite and respectful in person than I am online, because it's easier to... I'm more of a face-to-face, as I always say. I can be very shy, but we can have a proper conversation when I'm not being shy or paranoid. You get that? So slower growth is one of the negatives that I have had working alone. One of the negatives that could have came with if I was working with people, which is a negative now, is higher costs. It may have become higher costs for me if I wasn't working alone, but I may have been able to also bring in more returns. Whether my profits worked out to the correct, we would never know, but I would have been able to bring in more returns, because now I am actually working alongside people who are willing to promote my business for free. And whether I am paying them to work for me or paying them to do a job for me, that is now someone that is aware of me. So I could have grown a lot quicker and had a lot more returns also by doing this, even though I saw the negative of the higher costs. So my negative thought was thinking higher costs, but the positive to the negative is those higher costs could have brought in higher returns. With possibly working with other people. Okay, no, because it's the negative to me working alone. As I said, that's the point. So with the negative of working alone, I have also had to then look for a job and take time out to actually look for a job. And although I only got to do a few shifts here and there, that was very helpful for me. But because I wasn't really, I was working alone, that's what I had to do. If in the first couple of years I was working with people and it was growing and the more returns was coming in, I may have been travelling to a lot more car booths, a lot more charity shops. I may have started my YouTube a lot sooner and it would have been more focused completely on the reselling journey. But instead, I'm talking now about my mindset of what's got me through it and where we're going, and then try and teach. So yes, I worked alone, and working alone means if you ain't bringing in enough money, you have to get another job. You know what I'm trying to say? Because multiple incomes are needed. Do you get that? So a negative to me working alone is I've had to look for a job. I've had to put myself out there, and even in some terms, I wouldn't say it's not my confidence, but it has not my confidence in the sense too. I don't think I'm able to get a job in the area I am, no matter how much I've tried. So it has knocked my confidence in me thinking who I apply to around here, and instead I applied for jobs further afield, which was a negative because it meant instead of being able to walk to a workplace and get to work for free and walk out of work for free, I'd have to then accustom the hours and the wage with my travel costs for the week and the month, which then come out of what I'm earning. Do you get that? So there's a lot to just me looking for a job. It was like me looking for a job now in further afield places, which meant more money would be spent than what the point of going to work was for. Do you get that?
Yeah.
And that's something, as I say, because I've worked alone, I haven't tried to get influencers or build influence, and I haven't tried to overly push myself into all the communities physically, because also a big point to this is I didn't think everybody was ready for me. I don't think I was ready for them. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Like, even if I think about it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I'm going to places and I'm feeling like I'm being discriminated. I'd act completely different to how I act now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the person I was then would act completely different to the person I am now. So it stopped me from putting myself into circumstances like that, because I realised in a field, and some people may say, why do you bring a lot to race? But I have to bring a lot to race. I'm black. Do you get that? But as a black man running a business, you have to recognise that there's a lot of people out there that don't want you to succeed, not because you're a new business, but because you're a black business. And that's not just white businesses, that's also other black businesses. So when you understand as a black person, you have a lot more battles to start a business and maintain it. I felt I was better to keep it all for myself, because no one could interrupt what they don't know. But it was a negative, because if you don't know, then you're not aware. Do you get that?
Yeah.
And that was the negative side to it. You get it? Like, I could have been more open and vocal, and even just went back to Birmingham as much. I used to moan about a £70 train fare, but it's only 70 quid really. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I moan about doing it for nothing if I ain't making nothing. But really, I could have been making a lot by spending that 70 quid just to get there.
So is that something then that you are looking into doing now?
Well,
like in the near future.
In the near future, as I say, you know what the plans are. You know what the plan. Yeah, but they don't need to know everything. This is the thing as well.
Well,
Do you get that? But yeah, there's plans to do with. Yeah, I am branching back out there and trying to be back around people in the sense.
Yeah.
But it's not per se just to be back in Birmingham as much. But I need to be back in Birmingham. But it's more of the fact of I need to be, because what you have to recognise when you get to know me, I live in Birmingham. I'm born in Birmingham. I'm born in West Brom. But for me, I go anywhere.
Yeah.
You get it. So. Yeah. Just like now, that ain't changed. That is me. Yeah. That was what I took away. Me going anywhere. Yeah. I only went places anywhere directly for car booths, auctions, or charity shops. I didn't go directly places to be sociable. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's like even like okay then 2 years ago, we said we wanted to go to the Liverpool parade. You remember 3 years ago, however long, 3 years ago, I think it was, yeah? We said we wanted to go to the Liverpool parade. It was COVID, we weren't able to go, whatever, yeah. But in those times, if you said at that time you weren't willing to come with me, I don't think I would have went alone.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Whereas this year...
You went.
I just went, and in fact I was saying it's best you don't come, it's best I just go alone. I would like you to come, but I know how the crowds will get you, so I don't want, you get it? And I was even getting frustrated standing up waiting for ages. I was having fun, but you know them ones? And then when it was gone, it was like, damn, we're chasing the bus. Chasing the bus, can't keep up with us. Not when everybody's in your way. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's mad, like, I actually went and done that myself. And that's something I wouldn't have done before, even though I used to go to Liverpool on my own randomly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have just put myself in a place like that. I put myself around people I know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I'm coming here to go where I know and what I know. And whereas that overly, so that's me being like me again, sociable. You get that, even though I was still kept myself to myself. I still chatted to people. Yeah. Still had a little laugh, still had a little few cheers. And I still was just myself. Yeah. Do you get that? Yeah. Because I told you I was standing next to people from my area who clearly knew me. Yeah. And I only recognised from your accent and what you said made me obviously aware that you're trying to make out that you're from my ends. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? But you weren't telling me. Yeah. You're talking to them. Yeah. But you know, you see me. You know, and this is where I say I haven't done enough social media marketing, but I have.
So do you think, what do you think about, you know, like events, when people do events like in certain places? No. Okay. Like business events for like small businesses or whatever. And anyone can go to them, sit down, listen to speakers.
I think I'm ready for that network. Now. I think I'm ready. Remember, I tried these things before.
Really good.
Remember, we've tried eBay Open. We've been to eBay Open. Remember that?
Yeah, but I don't even mean just them.
No, but I'm trying to show you though. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And this is what I say. It's whether I was ready for it then, and were they ready for me then? Yeah. Because I think a lot more people are just understanding, regardless of what battles and things go on in my life, my business runs efficiently, as I've said from the very start, and I don't fail a customer, whether they're in Germany, Sweden, America, Canada, Australia, or England. Yeah. I don't mess about with none of my customers. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? So, you see, back then, I didn't mess around with my eBay customers. I had my eBay shop. I was a top-rated seller. And I told you, the problem was with that eBay Open, which is why I say I don't think they were ready for me then. And as you're right to say, that wasn't the right thing. Yeah. Because it wasn't the right thing for me and I wasn't the right thing for them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I went there and everything they said that you need to do, I was already doing. Yeah. Every single thing. And I told you, the one connection from my website to eBay that I went there to talk about, they weren't there.
Yeah.
Instead, they had somebody else that connects your website to eBay. I already viewed them. I looked at them. That wasn't my platform.
Yeah.
I chose. It's like choosing WooCommerce or Shopify. I decided with my WooCommerce for my reasons, and I know why I decided with WooCommerce. Do you get that? But I think when I was asking the questions I wanted, I weren't getting the answers I wanted. And I don't think they were even willing to give the answers that they could give if they had them. Because that's another thing. Did they have the answers, or were they withholding them? With regards to my connection, they couldn't help me with the website to eBay. But with regards certain understanding about why my account specifically works the way it is and how I can improve it, they weren't able to help me, although I know they could have helped me, because I'm saying I'm doing everything you're saying already.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything, and the products are selling because I see the products selling. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I can see what's going on. And I think they weren't ready because also, as I say, as a black business, you get your judgments. So when I'm coming the way I dress, I'm not dressed in my suit. I'm dressed in my trackie and I'm coming here comfortable as me.
Yeah.
And although I may have been better dressed than 20-30% of the people in there at least, yeah, they would have given more energy to them than they would have given to me. And they did that.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And I think for me, I'm ready. I told you, I want to go to these like things where actual businesses do the same type of things as me and connect with people, but it's about people being willing to open up the way I'm willing to open up.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And find solutions to my problems and theirs, because it's not about networking just for the sake of networking. We're networking to improve ourselves and our businesses and understand how our fields are and your field is, and how our fields could work together, or we could improve each other.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was there for me. And I think if I'd went to them, like the Black Business one in Birmingham at the exhibition centre, I think if I'd went there before, there's no respect. There's already people with their snobby noses up, thinking we're better than them. They've only just come here. We've got this amount of money in the bank.
Yeah.
All of these things that go through people's head. And when you don't know somebody, it's easier for you to misjudge and overstep where you think your authority lays with them.
Yeah.
Do you get that? So I think before, I respect everybody just because that's my general nature, but I'm not allowing someone to disrespect what I've done or how I've grown because you think you've been doing it longer or you think you're doing it better. Because we can learn from each other.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I don't think people were ready for me. I don't think I was ready for that, because that's something I do need, to be around people that have done certain things that can give me those key snippets and say, this is exactly where you go. This is exactly where you need to be.
You're ready now, though, for that?
Honestly, I think I am ready once everything we're going through at the moment clicks into place, because I actually think with that, I think I'd be coming there not just as SJ Cartier Limited, the reseller who has his own website and doesn't sell on eBay and somehow does find a lot of rare products. I'm coming as someone else with something different that others haven't got. A lot of people have websites. A lot of people will say they don't care about a website because eBay, Amazon, whatnot does more than what a website could do for them. And they'll be looking at me like, why don't you just sell on eBay? Why don't you just do whatnot streams every week, every day? Do you get that? But then it's all about effort for return. And when I done my effort for working so long on a whatnot stream and accumulating my costs of packaging and all of this, and somebody only paid £1, I realised I'd rather that be on my website than lose that over here, make less, and also not get like actual, as I say, privacy was the one earlier, and there we are. If I'm selling to you on Whatnot, and everybody on Whatnot that is connected on Whatnot can see who's buying from me, they're just going to attack you with all my products that I've got and just try to offer you them for cheaper. Because they know exactly where to go. Whereas here, you don't know where to go. Do you get that? With my web, you don't know, because you don't know who it is unless you know you are them. And I told you, there's a lot of people on there that will argue and try throw it, but really they'll support me because they know there's something I've got, and they know they're getting their item, and it's exactly what I said it is. There's no games, and you get it very quick. Whether it's for a present, whether it's to go to a con so you can sell it for more, you're going to get it. You're going to get it rapid. Because I know that's what some people have done. Do you get that? Like, without them knowing, without them knowing, I know. You get that? So, you get it. But I think I am ready, because I think when I come to them, it's not just me with a website that isn't bringing in enough a month, and I'm someone that left eBay. I actually have built something, and it's sustainable. And even though it's not monetary sustainable, that's because I haven't met the right people as well. Do you get what I'm trying to?
That's probably where these good networking places will be.
No,
because you will build a lot more connections that go into that, probably people you'd never even think of or know about.
No, definitely. I'll probably meet people.
Probably make
I've showed you.
Just go.
I've showed you. There's a lot of people I follow that, and even people, forget people I follow, people I know that go to places like this, and I could go there, and it's just like, wow, you're here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I know already, because I see a lot of these things. I see a lot of people go there, and I know, you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like, yes, I can do it, and yes, I need to do it, and yes, I need to be ready in my mindset to be more open of receiving. But I also have made it to a point where I think they are now open to receive also what I'm saying. Do you get that? And even for the people that judge me, I think even they can hear what I'm saying, because they can judge me and try as much as they want, but I'm still here. And as we always hear from the very start, consistency is key. And one thing about SJ Cartier Limited is being consistent. And that's what I continue to want to do for the next 5 years, be consistent. And some of these positives I've done on my own, I actually am proud of them, because they have built what I have in front of me, regardless of the fact I have had to look for a job over the last 18 months. It's helped me. Yes, I understand I could have done a lot of things to grow a lot quicker, and I may have been not looking for a job in the last 2 years. I may actually just been on holiday now. We could have been on abroad, literally. No, it's not a joke, but literally, we're going to London, we're going here, but we could have just flew abroad if we had the money there then, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So there's a lot of things, yes, we could have done. But in Islam, I believe in patience as well. Patience is key. Consistency and patience, and you'll get everything that wants to come to you. Regardless if you think, even now, I'm happy. Like, the main point of this is, I'm happy with the journey I've taken, and I wouldn't actually go back and start connecting to everybody in my first 2-3 years, as I feel that's what the question is now. Would I prefer to? And I don't think I would have. I'm actually proud of the way I've built my business. I'm actually grateful even to the ones that from the start have been aware of my business and have continually continuously watched it grow and understand my challenges and continuously support. I'm actually like proud and like to say thank you to everyone, to be extremely honest, that just does these, just continuously supports and believes and understands the journey of working alone or working in an organization or a group or what people may want to call a community is harder than over here. You know what I mean? It's easier than working alone. And some people, I'm not saying it's an easy challenge for everybody, because this is the also point I wanted to end with as well. This was my journey of me working alone and what I look at, my positives and what I lost out on. But for you, it could be different. You could work with someone and grow amazingly. You could work with one, you could work with 10, you could be working in 100,000 people and you could grow to be amazing. But you also can recognize you could have worked alone and grown to be amazing. And that's the moral of my thing. We all can make it being amazing, whether we go alone or we go together. It's just whether we recognise what we lose out on when we go alone and what we lose out on when we go together. And what do we gain from going alone and what do we gain from going together. So I hope you enjoyed this little video today and thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Combos.